Back now on Triad today, so glad you could stay with us. We have a special guest now I want to introduce to you who's going to tell us about hybrid buses. Pretty interesting topic. Jay Paul, Director. If we can meet our special guest, Art Barnes, who is General Manager of the Winston-Salem Transit Authority. Welcome, sir.
Thanks for having me.
Good to see you. And we were talking off camera. Where were you born?
Cleveland, Ohio.
Cleveland, Ohio. And you migrated down here. How long have you been in this area?
I've been here about 11 years now.
How did you get interested in the area of transit and transportation and public service?
Well, that's an interesting question. Actually, my dad worked in public transit.
Really?
Yeah,
what city?
In Cleveland.
In Cleveland.
Cleveland, Ohio, yeah. And he ended up going to a management firm in Cincinnati. And I was doing other things, and eventually they recruited me. And I went to Cincinnati, I went to Madison, Wisconsin, South Bend, Chattanooga, Birmingham, and
so as the old guy said, you came by it honest. You came by it honest because your daddy was in it too.
Yeah,
I know how that. Okay, I know how that is. The Transit Authority has added some new vehicles. I sort of let the cat out of the bag earlier, but tell me what they are and how many.
Well, the hybrid electric vehicles, we've taken delivery on 10 of them. We'll receive another 10 this December, so we'll have a total of 20 this year. 20
hybrid buses. Now, I'm not a very technical person, so I mean, some of our viewers are a lot smarter about this stuff than I am, but help me understand what the difference is between a hybrid bus and just the regular old bus.
Okay, well, the traditional buses, or the older buses that we have, are diesel buses. They run on a diesel engine. Hybrid electrics are a combination of batteries and diesels, but a smaller diesel engine. In fact, it's the size of a truck engine.
So the battery performs sort of, when the battery gives out, the diesel takes over, or is it opposite?
It works somewhat like the hybrid cars work. For the buses, the batteries are operating between 0 miles per hour and about, say, 35, 38 miles per hour.
And then the diesel?
They're on 80% battery, and then the diesels begin to take over after that.
Right. Now, some people might be watching and saying, wait a minute, Art, I don't care. I just want to ride your bus. Okay, I don't care what kind of bus it is, but wait a minute. There's some cost savings involved in this, right?
Oh, absolutely, on a number of levels. In terms of operating the bus, there's some significant cost savings. Right now, buses are, the traditional buses get, and people may be surprised about this, only about 3.8 miles per gallon.
I didn't know that.
They're tanks, they're big.
Yeah.
The diesel hybrid buses should get between 6 and 7 miles per gallon. So there's significant savings involved.
Like twice.
Right,
yeah. Exactly.
So you're running on maybe half the fuel at half the cost.
Well, let me ask another consumer type question. What about the fares? If I'm used to riding the regular old bus at a certain fare, am I going to have to pay more because I'm going to step onto a new hybrid bus?
Oh, absolutely not. The fare is still $1, very cheap. And there's some significant savings involved for the consumer. You know, if you're taking a bus instead of a car, obviously you're saving on the car note. But even if you have a car, okay, you're saving on insurance, you're saving on maintenance.
Yeah, the wear and tear of it.
Right.
You know, I heard some controversy brewing at one point, and I might be behind the times on this, so bring me up to speed, about Sunday service. There are people that seem to, they tend to lobby for this every once in a while, saying, look, I want the buses to run on Sunday. I got some places I need to go. I want to go to church in this area. I want to go shopping to that area. What's going to happen with all that?
Well, you're right. A lot of people want Sunday service, but it costs money to do that. And unfortunately, there aren't sufficient funds to run Sunday service at the moment. But you know, that's up to the city council. If they want to allocate the money to run Sunday service, that's up to them.
Any other new routes or schedules or anything coming up that we should know about?
No new routes at the moment. But hopefully we can expand on public transportation because it's viable and it makes sense. It makes sense. Like we were talking about before, it reduces your expenses.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I want to give a shout out to Brent McKinney and the good folks at PART for suggesting this topic and helping us get Mr. Barnes over here for a good conversation. And the website for PART is up there, partnc.org. And of course, there are lots of ways you can travel the Winston-Salem Transit Authority with the buses there. And if you're going outside the city into other regions, you can get with PART. The Winston-Salem Transit website is www.wstransit.com, and I assume you've got schedules and routes and things on there for the website.
Oh, certainly. Lots of information.
All right. Well, look, thanks so much for coming. Will you come back and visit sometime again?
I certainly will.
Thanks, Art.
Thank you.
You take care. We'll be right back after this.
This is your answer to high gas prices. Take part. Drive time never felt so good.